cryptocurrency?
This is a very hyped word these days. Let's take a deep look at it. The currency or money that we have known and used since we were young is called fiat. We have talked about it previously. Its physical representation is paper that has some value printed on it, and the supply and value of these so-called currencies or papers is controlled and regulated by the central bank, as already discussed before. Central banks are government-owned banks. You must have seen that whenever we transfer our money to another person, we always have to go through a third party or bank.
No, not talking about the direct cash you give to someone hand in hand. Although to get that cash too, you must have either visited a bank or ATM to withdraw cash. Here, we are talking about money transfer from one bank account to another bank account where banks or any other financial institution will always be involved as a third party. Introduction of third party means you have to pay additional fees for the service they are rendering to you by letting you transfer money. These fees rates are determined by monetary policies in a country.
Also, the security of your financial information is dependent upon how secured the systems of these banks and financial institutions are, and this is a liability. Third, since the central banks regulate monetary policies, and hence money supply, inflation rates are indirectly controlled by the government, the final burden of which has to be ultimately borne by the common man.
There were a few wise men who did not believe it to be fair that currency be regulated in a centralized manner, and wanted to democratize and decentralize the currency, so that it serves its sole purpose as a token of exchange for goods and services, instead of becoming more political in nature. Therefore, these men started a decentralized currency system by launching the first cryptocurrency of the world, the infamous Bitcoin.
Although it is often believed that Bitcoin originated in Japanese culture, as the anonymous entity that introduced it to the world actually goes by the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto, it is still debatable that this pseudonym could actually belong to anybody in the world. A decentralized currency system would mean that value of currency will be based on market demand and supply, controlled entirely by the payment transactions between buyers and sellers only.
Money supply and demand will not be subjected to any third-party influences to determine its value. India's foreign reserves policy, debt, import and export etc. will not matter and will not impact the currency value. You would not need to store this currency in the banks. Rather, you can buy these currencies on the currency exchanges specifically designed for cryptocurrency called crypto exchanges, and place them in your virtual wallet. This currency is called cryptocurrency because the virtual token used for payments are nothing but pieces of encrypted puzzles, solved when someone initiates a payment.
These puzzles get added to the virtual ledger as blocks of a long chain famously called blockchain technology, which triggers creation of more puzzles and more tokens to be solved, which is how this currency is supplied virtually and anonymously. Because of being encrypted, these currencies are believed to be very secure. As expected, most governments would not like this democratized version of currency since they would lose control over money.
But if a large number of people start adopting this currency for exchange of goods and services, it has the potential to radicalize currency and public wealth. However, ironically, governments control the policies which allow crypto exchanges to operate. Thus, indirectly, they have the power to abolish the exchanges and abolish the currency as a whole. Read more here.